Meet Roy Sullivan, the park ranger who defied the odds not once, not twice, but 7 times. He was a man who could walk through a thunderstorm and literally light up the sky. His story is one of the most unbelievable you'll ever hear, a tale of survival against astronomical odds. Some called him cursed, others a living miracle, but everyone knew him as the human lightning rod. So, how did one man become a target for nature's most powerful force over and over again? Stick around because this story is truly electric. Our story begins in the vast, beautiful wilderness of Shenandoah National Park in Virginia. This was Roy Sullivan's office. Born in 1912, Roy started his career as a U.S. park ranger in 1936. He was a rugged, outdoorsy man, deeply connected to the mountains, forests, and rivers he was sworn to protect. For most people, a job like that is a dream, spending your days surrounded by nature's tranquility. But for Roy, that very nature held a strange, almost personal obsession with him. He spent more time in the wild than most of us ever will, and because of his profession and location, he was more exposed to the elements than the average person. Virginia's Blue Ridge Mountains are known for their frequent thunderstorms, especially during the summer months. For decades, Roy lived and worked in this environment without any major incidents. He was just another dedicated ranger doing his job. But in 1942, everything changed. Fate, or perhaps just a statistical anomaly, decided to single him out in a way no one could have ever predicted. The sky had plans for Roy Sullivan. It was April 1942. Roy was working in a brand new fire lookout tower on Miller's Head Mountain. The tower was so new it didn't even have lightning rods installed yet, a fact that would soon become terrifyingly relevant. As a storm rolled in, Roy, doing what any sensible person would, sought shelter inside the tower. But the storm was ferocious. Lightning began striking the tower repeatedly. Feeling unsafe, he decided to make a run for it. Just as he got a few feet away, a bolt of lightning struck the tower, traveled down and exited through an opening, hitting him directly. He described it as the worst pain he'd ever felt. The bolt burned a half-inch strip all the way down his right leg, ripped a hole in his shoe, and even took off his big toenail. This was the first time. For most people, an experience like that would be a once-in-a-lifetime terrifying event. For Roy, it was just the beginning. For nearly 3 decades, Roy lived a relatively lightning-free life. He continued his work as a park ranger, raised a family, and probably thought that harrowing experience in the tower was a freak accident, a story to tell his grandkids. But the universe wasn't done with him. In July 1969, 27 years after the first strike, it happened again. This time, Roy was driving his park truck along a mountain road during a storm. Normally, a car acts as a Faraday cage, protecting the occupants. But this strike was different. The lightning first hit 2 trees on one side of the road, then jumped to another tree on the other side. From there, it was somehow deflected into the open window of Roy's truck. The blast knocked him unconscious and burned off his eyebrows, eyelashes, and most of his hair. The uncontrolled truck kept moving until it came to a stop near a cliff edge. He woke up, singed and disoriented, but alive. A second strike. The odds were already staggering, but this was only the warm-up act. Less than a year later, in July 1970, Roy was in his own front yard. The sky was relatively clear, with just a distant rumble of thunder. A single bolt of lightning shot out from a low cloud and struck a nearby power transformer. From there, it jumped and hit Roy on his left shoulder, searing it. He was knocked to the ground, but once again he survived. By now you'd think the man would live in a rubber room, but he was a park ranger. His life was outdoors. 2 years later, in the spring of 1972, he was working inside a ranger station at Loft Mountain. Another storm. Another lightning strike. This time, it caused a fire in the station's attic. He was not hit directly, but he always counted this one, believing the fire was started by lightning that was aiming for him. He managed to put out the fire with a wet blanket. By this point, people were starting to notice. Roy was gaining a reputation and not one he wanted. He started to believe something was following him, some force that was trying to destroy him. Strike number 5 came on August 7, 1973, Roy was on patrol in his park truck again. He saw a storm cloud forming, and, remembering his previous experiences, he tried to outrun it. He later recalled, "I actually saw the lightning shoot out of the cloud, and it was coming for me." He floored it, but it was no use. The bolt hit him. It traveled down his left arm and leg, knocking his shoe off. It then crossed over to his right leg. Terrified and in shock, Roy crawled out of the truck and poured the can of water he now carried with him over his head, which was on fire. His hair was singed off for the third time. Strike 6 occurred on June 5, 1976. He was at a campground, again trying to escape a storm cloud that he said seemed to be following him. The lightning hit him this time on the ankle, injuring it. This was the final straw for his career. After this strike, he decided to retire. He had dedicated his life to the park, but the park, it seemed, was trying to kill him. You would think retirement would finally bring him peace. He moved to a town ironically named Dooms with his wife. He tried to live a quiet life, but his legend followed him. And so did the lightning. On a Saturday morning in June 1977, Roy was simply enjoying a bit of fishing. A storm appeared suddenly. The lightning struck him for the 7th and final time. It hit him on the top of his head, setting his hair on fire again, then traveled down, burning his chest and stomach. As if that wasn't enough, as he was reeling from the shock, a bear appeared and tried to steal the trout from his fishing line. Roy, having just survived his 7th lightning strike, somehow found the strength to hit the bear with a tree branch and get his fish back. He claimed this was the 22nd time he had to hit a bear with a stick in his life. Only Roy Sullivan could have a story like that. So, let's talk numbers. What are the odds? Roy's life, despite his incredible survival, was tinged with sadness. The constant threat of lightning took a severe mental toll. He became deeply afraid of storms. If he was driving and heard thunder, he would pull over and lie down on the front seat until it passed. He believed a supernatural force was trying to kill him. This fear also affected his relationships. People were genuinely afraid to be near him during a storm, including at times his own wife. When he was out with her one day and lightning struck nearby, he recalled her saying, "I'll see you later," and hurrying away. He carried a can of water everywhere, not for thirst, but to douse his head if his hair caught fire. His incredible story of survival was also a story of profound and isolating fear. Roy Sullivan's story ends not with a bang, but with a quiet tragedy. In 1983, at the age of 71, he passed away. His life was a paradox, a testament to human resilience against one of nature's most powerful and unpredictable forces, yet also a story of the deep psychological scars that such experiences can leave. He survived what no one else has, becoming a legend in his own lifetime. Was he incredibly unlucky, or was he astonishingly lucky to have survived it all? Was it a curse or a strange, painful kind of miracle? Roy Sullivan remains the man touched by nature's fury and mystery, a human lightning rod who walked the earth and dared the sky to do its worst. And it tried 7 times. What do you think? Was Roy Sullivan's story a case of extreme bad luck, or was there something more to it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and diving into this incredible piece of history with us. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more unbelievable true stories. We'll see you in the next one.